She's in a delicate period right now. Coupled with Nina's own confusion, if I and other adults rush into action, she might lose a lot of things. And not only does she know what it means to be powerful, but she does too. You, who understand what it means to be weak and have the same outlook, should be very suitable. I thought of that when Hermes talked about you. Lord Balder replaced Professor Leon and continued. So Leon and I discussed it. I thought that as a student or adventurer, you should be able to guide her forward. Hearing the god's words, I felt a little embarrassed and scratched my head. I don't feel like such an amazing human being. But I also don't want to be too humble and say I can't do it and say no. Nina has been helping me, so I want to return the favor. Just in this way. Since you're school friends, that alone is enough. Understood. I'll do my best. Thank you, Professor Leon said. Thank you very much, Lord Balder expressed his gratitude. I felt a little itch in my heart and laughed along with the two of them. Logically speaking, you can try the school trip, and it can also be used as a break. But after all, the school district's own education system seems to be constantly running. Therefore, it's hard to say whether it will be effective. How about a school trip? Study trip. It's a short trip that has the students as the main body to broaden their knowledge and gain experience in different environments. As we talked, bedtime in the dormitory was approaching. There are student representatives in the classes of the school district, such as supervisors. If you're a family, they're candidates. If you violate the rules, you'll be taken down by them. It's almost time to say goodbye, before dormitory leaders like them get angry. Lappy, can I ask you one last question? Professor Leon said from behind me just before he left the staff room. Where do you think Team 3 will end up? I turned around. Recalling the credit conditions set for each floor, I replied. I think it's the 12th floor. Damn it. Iglin's anxious voice was drowned out by the screams of the group of little monsters. This is the 12th floor of the underground city shrouded in white mist. The third team, that reached the deepest level of the upper floor, was forced to fight hard an unknown number of times. Hurry up and defeat that dragon. I can't help it. I'm already tired. Even though I'm super powerful, I'm outnumbered. I'm sorry, everyone. Iglin-san was surrounded by a large group of little monsters. Before them, floating in the depths of the thick fog, was a little dragon that was over 4 meters long. The rare species, baby dragon, on the upper floor let out a roar, shocking the third team along with the sea of grassland. The long tail wrapped in strong dragon scales swung around, sweeping away the labyrinth armament. Several thick, dead trees, and even the crying little demon was involved. The 3 men at the forefront barely jumped back to avoid the sweep, but their movements were obviously not sharp enough. The sacred flower sways, its breath is white. Thousands of flowers sing together, the hill of purity. Saint of Dharma. Pure white petals, no, they are white magic pieces riding on the wind, enveloping the vanguard guard body. This is Nina's healing magic. She set up a long staff in the rearguard position and managed to maintain support for the 3 of them, but it was merely a drop in the ocean. Thanks to the magic that restored their physical strength, Iglin and the others narrowly escaped the dragon's pursuit, but they still had an expression of deep exhaustion on their faces. Nina, retreat. This battle has already. Yes. Hearing what I said as a supporter, Nina showed a painful expression for a moment, but immediately changed to another. It became the face of the squad leader. Everyone, retreat. Retreat to the southern hall that we just discussed. Hurry up. Your sentence. Iglin-san, who has fought with all his strength and fought at the forefront for the longest time, knows what is best. If we continue fighting, something might go wrong. For example, someone else has emerged from the depths of this hall, an army of monsters, or something like that. It's the orc group. How ugly. I really don't want to fight them. Strategic retreat. There's no other way. Seeing the 4 orcs squeezing themselves as if they were 4 walls, Chris and Reki started to run away. The classmate Iglin also cursed, "Damn it," and followed behind. It would be nice if there was a magic dot. The goblin and the orc chased after me, followed by a dragon. I looked around and calculated the distance to both sides. To eliminate the 1 in 10,000 possibility, I rummaged through my backpack as I ran. Then he left Nina and ran side by side with Reki-san, who followed him. "Reki-san. Can you prepare magic?" They running side by side, looking at me, smiling cowardly, and I held in my gloves. The dark elf softly said, "Just listen to me." Then she immediately sped forward. As I asked, I stopped at the 3rd dead tree ahead, knelt down, and began chanting a spell. After confirming this, I looked at the group of monsters chasing after it and threw out that purple moth poison pouch in my gloves. This is an item I bought at the store before rushing into the dungeon. Lily usually used this kind of pouch when exploring the upper level. What came out of it this time was naturally poison scale powder. The monsters, centered on the little demon, all suffered from the symptoms of poisoning, and their progress slowed down. This alone could not stop the pursuit of this large group of monsters, but the agreed time was met. Dark thunder. It's over. Reki-san unfolded the magic circle and placed a hand on the ground and began running again. I also ran as fast as I could, disguising myself as a level 1 with all my strength, to avoid the dead tree, and chased after Nina and the others. Not long after, when the orcs drove away the small demons and chased after them in large strides, Reki-san read the explosion command and then activated the landmine magic. The 3rd team finally managed to throw away the monsters. Bastard! Iglin-san slammed the helmet he was wearing on the ground. The sound of the impact echoed clearly in the silent hall. However, no one blamed him. Because everyone, including Nina, was out of breath. This is the 4th time. In the end, we couldn't defeat the dragon again. It is now the 4th day since the start of the special stage. The 3rd team launched a total of 3 attacks on the 11th and 12th floors, but they still couldn't defeat the dragon designated as a credit condition by the school district. Only by submitting the dropped items of the designated monsters as credits will you be able to advance to the next floor. The 3rd team's rapid advance to the 7th floor on the first day was completely halted. Except for the amateurs over there, we're all level 2. According to the guild's information, shouldn't that kind of dragon be easily destroyed? Although they retreated, they couldn't completely withdraw from their fighting stance. Therefore, holding a sledgehammer in one hand, he was still the excited Iglin-san and cursed, "Damn it," and his anxiety was clearly revealed. Except for Squad 7, we were the fastest to reach the 12th floor, but why were we surpassed by other teams? The reason is very simple. Because there is no group fighting. Because the efficiency of Team 3 is too low. Even if we travel the shortest distance along the normal road, the distance to the 12th floor is still much longer than expected. Considering that there are still battles along the way, the consumption will be even more intense. Therefore, the 3rd team that does not cooperate and relies solely on its own strength to break through the floor will consume more physical and mental energy than the other teams. In the battle just now, even though it was level 2, the 3rd team was unable to suppress the dragon and other monsters simply because they didn't have enough. At Nina's suggestion, this time, after reaching the 12th floor, we first replenished before launching an attack, but physical strength can indeed be restored with magic, and mental strength can also be replenished with props. However, it is said that baby dragons are a rare species that will not appear in more than 5 on the vast floor. That's why it's called the upper floor, where there is no floor master. The enemy leader is strong. After all, it's hard to find. What will happen if the students of the school district rush to defeat this dragon? The answer is, in this situation that seems like a battle for the sake of battle, it takes a lot of effort just to encounter it by luck. Thus, in the process of constant energy consumption and pursuit of the dragon, the physical strength that was rarely recovered was gradually consumed, and so the third team became what it is now. Starting from the 10th floor, there will be a feast of monsters in the dungeon, and the number of enemies and the number of battles will also increase significantly.